Only on 31, the prosecutor who handled the 2013 case of Sabor Bastin after he fired shots at police officers now says the man shouldn't even be facing any new drug charges. That's because Bastin should still be locked up. He was sentenced to 15 years under a plea deal after that violent incident with police. But the state parole board let him out early in 2018, leading up to his latest arrest this month. Those new charges include trafficking meth, fentanyl, and marijuana.
We remove people from the streets that deserve it. This individual deserved it, deserved every inch, every minute of that 15 years, and was out in less than 3.
J-Town is no stranger to Alabama's justice system. He was the prosecutor who signed off on Bastin's plea deal back in 2013, thinking a state prison is where Bastin would remain. But that's not what happened.
So this individual had to get off the streets. And that's why the sentence was fashioned the way it was and why it was so severe.
Bastin pleaded guilty to assault and attempted assault. His sentence was 15 years. At minimum, he should have served at least 13. He was released from prison in just under 3.
Members in law enforcement have such a difficult job, and you can imagine the gut punch that it is when you see an individual that fired upon you, that received a 15-year sentence, and they're out walking around on the street after just a couple of years. It really is deflating to victims of crime, to the system itself.
J-Town questioning why the parole board granted Bastin an early release, even after a judge denied him entry into community corrections months earlier.
It is not justice when an individual is given a lengthy sentence for violent offense against a law enforcement officer and does a very small portion of it and then is released only to commit more misconduct, as is often the case. This is too often the case, and certainly the case here.
Under the current charges, Bastin is being held on $1 million bond right now. It was, according to investigators, he had about $75,000 worth of drugs, that's the street value, when he was caught.